Hey YouTube, this is Iron Knuckle here. Welcome to this base set deck list. Now this is my Haymaker deck all the way back from 1999. It's hard to believe the game is almost 20 years old now. I feel very old. So let's get started. Before I wanted to show you guys the card sleeves. These are the Pocket Monster card sleeves. I got them from Japan. So pretty cool. Pretty cool there. Okay, so the Haymaker deck was one of the most influential decks in the TCG. And I will show you why. So, first Pokemon, the main attacker of the deck, Hitmonchan. Now, Hitmonchan is probably one of the best basics in the game. I mean, at that point, like from base set to Team Rocket. So, what this card does is for 1 energy, you can do 20 damage, and for 3, you can do 40. Pretty good. I mean, if you can attack for 1 energy for 20, that's great. And back in this era, you can attack your first turn. So having this out, and let's say your opponent has like an Abra or a Magikarp, you add plus power to it, do a 30 damage first turn, knock it out, and that can be really problematic for your opponent. So for Hitmonchan, just an insane card. Next Pokemon, Electabuzz. Now this is I want to say the second workhorse of the deck. This has 70 HP, which is the same as Hitmonchan. Electabuzz also has the Thunder Shock attack for 1 energy. Flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. Pretty good. So if you need to stall out, that's a good good thing to do. And you also have Thunder Punch. Flip a coin if heads, this attack does 30 damage plus 10 more damage. If tails, this attack does 30 damage, and Electabuzz does 10 damage to itself. So pretty good. So if you can do 40 damage with 2 energy, that's insane. That's really good. 10 damage isn't a big deal. I mean, that's fine. But just an insane card. Very fast, like Hitmonchan. Those 1 energy attacks. The next attacker in the Haymaker, the third attacker, is Scyther. I only run 2 of these in this deck because you only can use the second attack, which is Slash for 30 for 3 energy. But I like to use double colorless energies attached to Scyther. I don't use any grass energies in this deck, so the Sword Stance attack is pointless, useless. So you put a lightning energy onto it and a double colorless. Look at that. And the best part about this card is that free retreat cost. If you get Gust of Wind out, you can just switch. Hey, it's fast and it's effective. But I only run 2 because I don't want to rely on this card too much. I want to use either Hitmonchan or Electabuzz. The next 2 cards are kind of just one of the side cards I like to use. So 2 Doduo. The reason I like using this card is you can do up to 20 damage with just 1 energy, and it has that nice free retreat cost. That's always nice. So if you're like setting up your bench with energy, you can just have this guy in the active and maybe take a couple hits or attack a couple times, and that'll give you enough time to build up that bench. So very good. And same with this card, Chansey. Always just a nice tech card to have. Just take some hits. Mainly just a damage sponge. If you want to put a DCE on it, I mean, for Scrunch, that's cool. I don't attack with this card, though, because it's just too risky, and it's a lot of resources for 4 energy. So, Chansey. Just to buy some time. And now let's move on to the trainers. Oh boy, trainers. Okay, so the first trainers are the draw supports. So Professor Oak, a must in any base set deck. This deck would not function correctly without draw support. Professor Oak, discard your hand, then draw 7 cards. And this was before like the supporter rule. You can play as many cards as you want a turn, any item cards, whatever. Oh, it's just insane. So 7 of these. You want to refresh your hand? Boom, and it's great. So for Professor Oak, and the next draw support is the one, the only, my boy Bill. Now, the best feeling in the world is chaining 4 Bills in one turn. There's nothing else like it. It's just fun. Draw 2 cards. Got that pot of greed action going on. Very good card, especially if you can play 4 turn. So, kind of broken, but funny. The next set of cards, so I run 3 Gust of Wind. This is basically the Pokecatcher of the generation, but you don't have to flip for it. It's pretty good. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with his or her active Pokemon. Pretty good. If you want to buy time, you use this. You want to snipe and knock out a Pokemon, use this. Perfect. Next cards are 3 computer searches. Now this card was reprinted in one of the Black and White series as an A-Spec. People still use this card in Expanded in place of that A-Spec because that A-Spec is like $30 last time I checked. But computer search, discard 2 of the other cards from your hand in order to search your deck for any card. Put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterward. If you want to refresh that hand, get an Oak, get an item finder if you need something in your discard, you know, just this card's too good. It's too good. It's like Oak. Now, here's the troll function of the deck, I like to think. Now, these cards, energy removal, I mean, they're never going to reprint this ever again unless it's a supporter or you have to flip for it. So energy removal, choose 1 energy card attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon and discard it. That's insane. That's just for 1 drop, going -1 to prevent them from using an energy. That's good. So 4 of these if you just want to hammer down on your opponent. Just be really aggressive with those energy removals so they have nothing. But wait, there's more. It's not just energy removal, it's super energy removal. Oh boy. Discard 1 card attached to one energy card attached to one of your Pokemon in order to choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and up to 2 energy cards attached to it. Discard those energy cards. So if you want to like put a electric energy you have in your hand onto an Electabuzz, use this. Get rid of 2 of their energies. That's like a lot of progress. So I run 2 of these. Very good. Next we have the classic switch. If you get like Gust of Wind out with a Hitmonchan and you don't want that Hitmonchan out there, there's always a switch. So that's pretty nice if you find yourself in a little situation. Switch is nice to have, always, any deck. Next, you can run more. You can run 4 of these if you really want to be aggressive first turn and donk your opponent out, which I would too. But for this purpose, I run 2. So it basically just gives 10 damage, plus 10 damage to your normal attack for the turn. So pretty dope. This next card, it's just these next 4 cards are just one-offs. There's only 1 in this deck. So Energy Retrieval, you just discard 1 card, search your discard pile for 2 energy, put them in your hand. Yeah, pretty cool. I know the newer Energy Retrieval doesn't have the discard effect, though. You can just put 2 into your hand. Next is Item Finder. I don't have much of this card. That's why I'm only running 1. This card is probably the best in the game, maybe. I think it's better than Computer Search almost, because you can like reuse Oaks with this. You just discard 2 cards like a Computer Search and just search for something in your discard pile. Pretty good. I recommend running more than 1 of these, though. Next, Scoop Up. Choose one of your Pokemon in play and return its basic Pokemon card to your hand. So if, let's say, your Chansey has a ton of damage on it and you want something else in the active, you scoop up that Chansey, take all the damage on it, put on a Scyther or a Electabuzz, whatever. There you go. Perfect. And then one of the trolliest cards in the game. Last, you and your opponent show each other your hands, then shuffle all the trainer cards from your hands into your deck. So first turn last, oh boy, that can either be really good or really bad. I mean, it basically turns the match into a top deck match, so whoever gets the draw supporter wins, is pretty much what this is, but it can actually benefit you, but it also can hinder you. So be mindful of this. That's why I only run one. It's just nice to have. I don't know about late game stuff, but I mean, yeah, pretty good. Last. Now, the energy cards. Oh boy. So I run 7 lightning energy cards, mainly for Electabuzz, for that Thunder Shock attack. So there you go. And finally, for your Hitmonchan, 10 fighting energies. No, I really had to count them. I forgot. Sorry, that's why I stalled for a minute there. And then finally, 3 DCEs. God, I love the look of these old ones. Super, super cool. So these are mainly for Scyther or Chansey, if you want, but very good card. So that is my base set Haymaker deck. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm enjoying the older game a lot more than the current standard format. I don't know, just because there's something nostalgic. Yeah, I guess I'm just a little nostalgic about this Haymaker stuff. Yeah, that's it. So, if you like this video, leave a like. If you want me to do more of these like old deck profiles, let me know. I will definitely do that. So, this has been Iron Knuckle. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.